Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. Today we put up a special show, Chandi Ki Chamak. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a half an hour show where you will get to understand the underlying trends that are driving silver prices to beyond 1,10,000 rupees a kilo. It's been a fabulous year for silver in 2024, in which prices rose 21%, and for the last 4 continuous years, silver is rising year on year. In 2024 alone, from the low of 2024 to the high of 2024, silver rose 59%. Is this a trend which is just monetary in nature, which is people are speculating and therefore prices are going up? Or is this a trend which is because of geopolitical events, changes in US interest rate policy, the weakness of dollar? Why is silver supercharged with the arrival of Donald Trump as President of the United States in 2024? What are the trends as far as precious metal requirements are concerned? Is silver also becoming a sought after industrial metal? Is it just because of escalating trade wars and geopolitical tensions and recessionary fears that this precious metal has gone up about 25% in the last 1 year and has given a return of more than 100% over the last 2.5 years? To this and more, we are now joined by a very well known commodity expert, Vandana Bharti. She is the head of research for the commodity business at SMC and a very well known commentator as far as commodities are concerned, in particular precious metals. A very warm welcome to you, Vandana ji, and thank you for agreeing to be on this show. We are trying to find out the reasons why silver is rising and the reasons why silver may continue to rise. It might have small corrections, but the trend seems to be secularly up. How do you see silver in the medium term?
First of all, thanks for inviting me, Shalendraji, in this important program. And the commodity is very important right now, is silver, and
Yes.
this is the new gold. And yeah, we can talk about in 2 phases. One is structural changes in silver demand and supply. And other thing is that the secondary factor is monetary policies, tariff tensions and all. So what we have seen in past decades, the industrial demand of silver, it has risen by 56%, more than 56%. When you talk about the supply side, the mining sector, it will peak in 2026. So the concern is that demand is rising and the supply side, it is going to see the peak in 2026. It is just 1.5 years ago from now here. So yes, so this is the concern that the supply side is increasing and demand side is increasing and supply side, it is in deficit. If we consider 2025, as per the projections, again we are going to see a year of deficit when we talk about supply side. So 5 year in continuation, we can see the deficit and demand is rising. So the major factor is industrial demand. If we talk about the solar demand, it is going to increase by another 80% through from 2026 to 2030, and it is a global we can say that numbers 80% rise we can see in the global demand of solar plates, and in every solar plates there is a contribution of silver. So photovoltaic demand in last few years, it has rose to 176%. So this is a massive number which is giving silver higher side. So this is the structural changes we have seen in silver demand, and rest of the deficit what we have seen in jewelry, fabrication, photography demand, it is compensated by the industrial demand. On supply side, we have seen decline in Mexico mines, which is the largest producers of silver. Apart from that, there are some new trends in silver, like Russia. It has recently it said that they are going to accumulate silver and their central banks, they are now ready to accumulate silvers. They can hold silver apart from gold. So now from a strategic industrial metal, it is going to be a strategic metal. So this is the new trend in silver. Another thing is that we haven't seen a major massive demand, investment demand in silver, but now 2022 2023 onwards, we have seen a flood of like ETF demand in silver. We can see the same trend in Indian ETF demand as well. So there are structural changes which is giving a strong rally in this silver counter, and this time it is going to stay, because last time we have seen that okay, it touched the level of $37 and then it has seen the decline of $12, $13, $14. But this time we are going to see higher highs, higher lows in silver.
Okay. So, what we have done, viewers, is create a lot of visual graphs that you can understand how this rally is going forward. We'll request the PCR to kindly show us the sequence of graphs. Firstly, we'll show you the monthly graph of silver, in which you will see a lot of movement that has come in over the last 4 years or so. But unlike gold, silver is yet to go past its all time high. So, what you see is a very nice cup and shoulder formation happening technically, and then this breakout will possibly happen because of reasons that Vandana ji has specified. Remember, silver also rises in value when we have good monsoons, because rural India buys silver, urban India buys gold. So, there is a catch up rally that is happening as far as silver is concerned. Remember, gold has already hit a record high of more than 1 lakh rupees a tola. Silver has crossed 1 lakh rupees a kilo, but still it is way below the all time high that we have seen earlier. Now, this is the weekly chart of the silver that you see in terms of dollars, and now will come the daily chart. What you see, the two green lines below, these are long term averages that we have seen often respected by fund managers, by ETF flows, and that is what has happened. And finally, the chart of silver versus gold. That's the wonderful chart that Vandana ji is best placed to explain. There is an internationally recognized ratio of the price between silver and gold. That ratio has skewed in favor of gold because gold has rallied for many of the common ratios that Vandana ji explained. Vandana ji, just on this ratio play of 80s to 1, 90s to 1, I am requesting the PCR to kindly show the chart of silver versus gold combo, and Vandana ji is best placed to explain that chart. Yes, this one.
Historically, what is the average ratio? It is 60 or 70 is to 1. It means that like every tri ounce of silver, gold is equal to 70 times of
Times,
silver,
correct.
same amount, same quantity. And it has touched the mark of 108 is to 1 in 2025, when the tariff problem it hit up and there was geopolitical tensions. But again silver caught up the rally, and gold, it has seen a pause in the movement. So there the silver demand increases. And why it has increased in 2025? Because it was a fear of tariff, and before tariff, like gold physical demand, silver supply demand was there in America and US, and there was huge delivery in CME. So because of that, we have seen a silver squeeze, like gold squeeze and copper. We have seen a very record. A premium between CME and LME copper. There, the same pattern we have seen in silver as well. So there,
Yes.
silver outperformed clearly gold, because gold has seen the rally from 3,000 to 3,500. Now this was a time for silver. So again the ratio appreciated from 108 is to 1 to 87 is to 1. Now we are expecting that the silver will continue to outperform gold in rest of 2025, and the ratios should reach the level of at least 80 is to 1 in 2025, because silver has its own reason to grow in see the rise in 2025. In fact, 2026 onwards as well, because there is a huge demand of 20 in solar plates, and it is going to be increased especially by China and India.
Yes. Now let us look at the demand, let us look at the supply side of silver. There is a squeeze ahead because several mines are shutting down, and we've seen the global supply steadily decline at a time when demand is rising. So there is a short squeeze happening in the market. Demand, which is for 2025, is forecast to be somewhere like 1148 million ounce against a supply of 1030 million ounce, and this is because the industrial demand is coming from solar as well as other technology led sectors. Apart from that, we have seen this geopolitical problem happen between Iran and Israel, Iran and the US, Russia and Ukraine, to some extent even India and Pakistan. All these are dislocating factors for equity investors, and they seek some kind of diversification, some kind of difference away from equities, and therefore you see precious metals gaining in demand. Vandana ji, the rally in silver has been phenomenal in 2024. Should prices correct because some long term investors may book profit, what is the level that you see silver falling to so that newer investors can come in at relatively lower prices?
Silver, what I expect that it should not breach the level of $32 in comics in dollar terms. If we talk about MCX silver, there is a strong base of 1,04,000 to 1,05,000 here, and that is a very good level to go for buy, because this time the industrial demand is very versatile. It is more into AI, it is more into 5G, it is more into like energy sector, electronic sector, and these all sectors we know that it is going to expand. So here this time I don't see any kind of a sharp fall in the silver prices, because earlier in 2021 or 2018 we can remember that in a single day we have seen the decline of 18% in silver prices. So yes, we should be very careful when we trade in silver. But yes, $32 in comics and 1,05,000 4,000 rupee level in MCX, it is a very good attractive level to go for buy. And I'm not expecting that this time we are going to see a 75,000 or 80,000 kind of level. And the rally is very strong and stable.
Okay. Now, two important things have also happened because of rising prices of silver. Two kinds of investors has come into the market. One is the speculator who goes into futures and options. The other, of course, is silver ETFs, which investors buy for the longer term. But what has also happened at this point of time is that demand for jewelry and demand for gifting of silver has come down dramatically over the last 1 year or so. If prices double, automatically you will see a different kind of investor that is coming into the market. Now what we will do, ladies and gentlemen, provide you a game plan as to how to get into silver at this level, maybe 1,04,000 rupees a kilo, 1,05,000 rupees a kilo if it corrects. I will request the PCR to kindly show us the graphics of how silver ETFs have risen in popularity. Vandana ji, it is a very interesting data that I found out that on Akshay Tritiya, which was April 30th, 2025, transactions in silver and gold ETFs tripled in India over last year. So, 654 crores worth of silver and gold ETFs were traded on April 30th, 3 times the value on Akshay Tritiya previous year. Silver ETFs rose to 313 crores versus 95 crores year ago, and gold ETFs show a turnover of 331 crores versus 130 crores year ago. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the demand that is coming in for silver ETFs in the mutual fund space. Vandana ji, what is your own personal experience at SMC Global about commodity traders? Has volume at your end also increased dramatically in futures and options for silver commodity?
Yeah, we have witnessed the same trend, and I'm very happy that now people they are ready to diversify their
Yes.
portfolio in commodity, because we have been saying this thing from last 2 decades as I
Yes.
remember. And through like with the rising awareness, digitalization, and many reports they came into the market that okay, in 25 years gold beat up the
Yes.
return of Nifty. So these kind of reports, they caught the attention of investors, and now they are turning into this commodity. And ETF is a very, like we can see that easy tool to invest in, and we have seen the same trend into this market. But yes, apart from ETF, we have seen huge inflows in options. Earlier, there were dry volume in silver and gold option, but with the launch of this mini options, it worked
Yes.
wonderful in this market. And with lower margin, people now they are interested into more into options, and
Yes.
because of this, we have seen that now the options volume it is, I think, 3 times than futures volume in
Correct.
MCA.
Yes.
So that it is it number itself showing is where the trend is going actually, and how much they are interested into gold and silver now.
Okay, I'll request the PCI to kindly fire the daily chart of silver again. And what Vandana ji says is absolutely correct. See, if you have a secular trend, which means that you can gauge that now prices will rise more than what they will fall over subsequent sessions, then people get into options because you pay maybe 1/10th, 1/20th the price that is needed, and you get the full benefit of the price rise that happens in the underlying asset. And that is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why silver ETFs have also become very, very popular. You see, what smartly mutual funds have done is that they have priced it at a very fractional price, 82 rupees, 62 rupees. When silver was 62,000 rupees a kilo, the ETF price was 62 rupees. When it went to 82,000, the ETF price was 82. So, it is a very nice low ticket item with a very high ticket, high beta return. So, that is the reason why silver ETFs and of course, gold ETFs became very, very popular in India over the last 6 months or so. Now, Vandana ji, let us, because you are a professional commodities trader, therefore, you prefer futures and options. But for simple people who want to benefit from the rally, what would you suggest? ETFs or physical silver?
Yeah, like if we consider silver earlier, in case of gold, SGB was there, but yes, SGB is not there in gold and silver. We don't have any kind of bond. So yes, silver ETF is much easier to invest in because
Yes.
of the very low denomination. Because
Yes.
nobody can imagine that they can buy gold in 80 rupees or 88
Correct.
rupees, silver in 100 rupees, and suddenly with even with the I suggest some finance student, you can invest in these tools with your pocket money, and after 10 years you will see the return. Like in
Correct.
many awareness program or training program, I suggest them just go for silver ETF and invest your
Correct.
pocket money, see the return in 10 years. So it is
Yes.
very simple tool. Exit entry and exit is very simple.
Easy.
So I prefer silver ETF, but those who have this view that okay, in future I'll have to give returns and gift and all, and we can invest into jewelry fabrications. They can
Yes.
go for physical gold, physical silver, because it is tough to store it,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
the upper layer of silver bar, they react with oxygen, so sometimes it's change the color.
See, this is an expert talking. She knows, Vandana ji knows how much, the darker color of silver bar happens. So, unless, ladies and gentlemen, you are a professional jeweler and you are in this business of uh, trading into physical silver, it's always best for a simple investor to look at ETFs, and there are many, many many advantages of ETFs. First, they are very easy to buy. You can just call up your broker and tell him कि मेरे को हर महीने आप 5,000 रुपए का सिल्वर खरीद के दो. You can buy in bulk quantity. There is a very good benefit that you don't have to have any issues with purity. There is absolutely zero issue of insurance, and of course there are no storage issues because a silver ETF goes into your demat account, whereas if you buy 1 kilo of silver, one, it will get darker, as Vandana ji says, then storage is a problem, purity is a problem, you will have to insure it, that is also an issue, and more importantly the cost of transacting into an ETF is way below than the cost of transacting into physical metal. Vandana ji, what would be a percentage rise that you would see, the percentage cost of buying physical silver, which is what the broker or the jeweler might charge you? How much is it? About 1.5% or much less?
1.5%.
Okay. So, that again, ladies and gentlemen, is an additional cost. If you buy silver ETF, it will be, your broker will charge you 0.2% or 0.1% brokerage depending upon the quantity that you purchase. So, ETFs have lower transaction costs, next to zero hidden costs, and of course, there are much more cost efficient than buying physical metal, which is silver or gold. And that is the reason, apart from the price rise, it is the ease of trade that silver ETFs and gold ETFs have become so popular. And more importantly, as Vandana ji says, now children can also buy it with their pocket money. So, what better way than to participate in this wonderful rally. Vandana ji, what has been your own experience as having silver as a part of overall portfolio? How much do you suggest that precious metal ETFs can be as a hedge or a diversification in the overall wealth portfolio of an individual?
Yeah, it depends upon the duration which any investors they want to go for. Like gold has a very stable rally and secular rally. Like with the launch of in 2024 to 2025, we have seen a decline of only 4 years in gold rally. Silver is very volatile, but still this time we have very strong fundamentals in silver, and demand side is strong, supply side is very weak, and there is investment demand as well. So earlier we suggest that okay, keep 5 to 10% in gold and 5% in silver. Now the ratio should be 1:1. If you have 1 lakh rupee for your portfolio, just invest 5,000 in gold, 5,000 in silver, and rest of the money to the other counter.
Okay. So, about 5 to 10% of your overall wealth portfolio should be into precious metals, and I have been speaking to a lot of fund managers. Within that multi asset fund, many fund managers have booked profit in gold and transferred their entire precious metal allocation to silver. Please do not keep more than 10% of your overall wealth portfolio into silver for two reasons. We have seen that in the last 3 years that silver and gold have risen dramatically. So, you should not be attracted by price, but the overall appreciation that gold and silver offer on an annual basis, which is about 7 to 8%. We are in a dislocated world as of now, therefore, you see this very sharp rally, but equities in general outperform and give a CGR of 16 to 18%. So, your precious metal allocation should not be more than a single digit percentage of your overall portfolio. My Vandana ji, my final and most important question comes now. Give us a 2-year horizon as to where you see silver prices from now, given that they may correct intra month, intra quarter, but where is silver headed according to you?
If we talk about 2025, I have seen the concentration near $45 in comics. So yes, $45 is an easy target for silver in 2025. But for entire 2026, I'm expecting $50, and this time it should breach the record level of which we have seen in 2011. It was 49.75 something. This time in 2026, we can expect $50 to $52 in silver. So yes, on every correction, it is a very good buy, and expect $45 in dollar terms, and in rupee terms, I'm expecting 1,35,000 in 2025. For 2026 entire year, for my target should be of at least 1,60,000.
Okay. So, remember ladies and gentlemen, with the adequate checks and balances, which is that prices may correct very sharply, and silver is a very volatile animal on MCX. At times prices correct 5,000-7,000 rupees intraday also. So, be that in mind. If you are a sensible long term investor, you will prefer a silver ETF, which should not be more than 5% of your overall portfolio. Vandana ji feels that with corrections, 1,35,000 should be the price at end of 2025, and next year should bring in 1,60,000 rupees per kilo. With that, Vandana ji, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as our team did, and thank you so much for our desk head Manita. She made all these lovely graphics and all these lovely charts. Thank you for this wonderful conversation, Vandana ji, and let's hope that even the biggest bulls in silver are positively surprised in 2025 and 2026.
Thank you, and thanks to the team as well, Shalini ji. And it was really a pleasure to be with you. And I hope so. The show is great.
Thank you, Vandana ji. Have a nice day and a wonderful investment journey ahead as far as precious metals are concerned. This, ladies and gentlemen, was Chandi ki Chamak. May the damak of this wonderful precious metal forever remain on your portfolio. And as they say, it is allocation that matters, but bear in mind that the metal has appreciated quite a lot. So, you need to be adequately aware that such stellar and secular rises are often accompanied by an equally sharp and steep correction, be that as it may, but keep in mind the allocation that is necessary for your portfolio as far as overall silver asset is concerned. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it. News continues on Business Today Television. Stay glued.
Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Anita Brito in conversation with the one and only Salman Khan. Hi Salman, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?